America 250, Revolutionary War Patriots of Waterford, Vermont, by Nola A. Forbes and Beth Kanell for the Waterford, Vermont Historical Society. This is Nola. Caleb Bugbee, the Patriot for Daughters of the American Revolution, number A123154, for the Sons of the American Revolution, P-124452. Born March 15, 1746 at Woodstock, Connecticut. Died September 24, 1821 at Waterford, Vermont. His burial is at Hill Cemetery with Find a Grave number 102560970. Caleb served as a sergeant from Woodstock, Connecticut under Ensign Richard Peabody and Lieutenant Jonathan Morris in the 11th Regiment of Militia. His company included 4 other Bugbees who were not his brothers. Caleb was the son of Susanna Johnson, lifespan 1706 to 1794, and Patriot Samuel Bugbee, lifespan 1706 to 1790, his DAR number A219140, who signed the 1777 Oath of Fidelity. Caleb was baptized on May 4, 1746, at Woodstock Hill First Church. His parents had joined that church in 1728. On January 14, 1769, he married Joanna Eastman, lifespan 1749 to 1816. Their children were Alpheus, 1769 to 1853, Frederick, 1772 to 1819, Lucy, 1775 to 1852, Caleb Jr., 1785 to after 1823, Abijah, 1793 to 1854, Polly, 1795 to 1818. Married daughters appear in Caleb's will and probate distribution as Hannah Ledoyt, that's Ledoyt, born 1782, unknown death, wife of Roswell. Betsy Washburn, born 1780, wife of Abishai. Abigail as Nabby Griggs, 1782 to 1841, the wife of Clark of Walpole, and Dorothy Bingham, 1788 to 1855, wife of Elisha of Concord, Vermont. Caleb's grandchildren, heirs via his deceased son Frederick, were William, Lucian, Luther, Roxana, Frederick Jr., and Laura. Caleb's will names his wife Grace Elizabeth Hutchinson, who died in 1828, and she had been the widow of Patrick McManus Sr. One of Patrick's 1808 estate commissioners had been Caleb's son Frederick Bugbee. Patrick McManus, 1750 to 1808, died in St. Johnsbury, but no gravesite has been identified. His first service was for the British as an Irish soldier among those who surrendered under General Burgoyne at Saratoga, New York, on October 17, 1777. This was a significant win for the colonists. His later service shows he became a supporter of the Patriot cause. He was in the militia from Dummerston, Vermont, in December 1782 under Captain Duncan and Colonel John Sargent. Their duties included marches to Brattleboro to suppress disaffected parties. Patrick and Grace's children were born at Putney, Dummerston, and after 1793 in St. Johnsbury. Those living beyond childhood, Patrick Jr., 1783 to 1858, Tryphena, 1784 and died before 1850, Betsy, 1786 to 1806, Sarah, nicknamed Sally, 1788 to 1839, Tamar, 1791 to 1833, Sophia, 1793 to 1863, and Lucinda, 1798 to 1880. Several stayed in the Waterford and St. Johnsbury area. Patrick McManus Jr. married Anna Hutchinson, lifespan 1789 to 1861, at Royalston, Massachusetts in 1819. He is buried at the Mount Pleasant Cemetery. In 1810, Sally McManus married Warren Pierce of St. Johnsbury Center, whose father Daniel Pierce and grandfather John Pierce both served as privates in the Revolutionary War from Westmoreland, New Hampshire. Tamar married George Washington Keach of St. Johnsbury in 1820, son of Patriot Philip Keach. See his page. Lucinda married Josiah Wright, son of Patriot Moses Wright. See his page, of Waterford. Caleb Bugbee and Grace McManus married on May 22, 1818 at St. Johnsbury, a second marriage for each. Despite having been married for only 3 years, in his will she was given a considerable bequest. The estate inventory showed that Caleb owned a large Bible, Watt's hymn book, Rudiments of Geometry, and 5 other books. He specified that Grace was to receive his share in the Harmony Library. That would seem to indicate that they both valued reading. She died at Waterford on August 23, 1828, without burial information. And there is an image on page 9 that shows the Waterford Congregational Church roll, the first page, with quite a number of interesting names. This list shows handwriting entitled from 1798 to 1898. The first 9 entries were made May 30th, 1798. John Grow, Reuben Buck, Samuel Soper, Samuel Fletcher, Deborah Grow, Betsy Buck, Eunice Soper, a female Fletcher, Asa Carpenter. Then for 1799, Elijah Hurlbut. 3 people in 1800, Ebenezer Holbrook, Mary Holbrook, and Parley Church. In 1802, there were 4 added, Irene Goss, Polly Cole, Mr. Thomas Goodell, Patience Goodell. Then there were 6 in 1803, Susanna Brown, Elizabeth Brown, Zerviah Church, Mercy Graves, Phoebe Kidder, and Polly Hovey. In 1809, we have 4 more, Hannah Lane, Elijah Freeman, Daniel Pike, and Lois Pike. And the final one on this page is Olive Freeman, September 10th, 1810. This concludes pages 8 and 9 that featured Caleb Bugbee and Patrick McManus